West Ham have only gone and done it. They've only gone and won the Europa Conference League. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. Yes, we are talking about the incredible achievement set by David Moyes and by West Ham after West Ham's triumphant night winning the Europa Conference League. Declan Rice lifted the silverware, he lifted the trophy and has etched himself, his teammates and his manager David Moyes into the history books in the legendary statuses of West Ham United. An incredible European achievement on the 7th of June 2023. We're going to be talking all about West Ham, the night that has been pretty much about them in terms of obviously on the pitch stuff, and of course David Moyes and the Europa Conference League itself and everything else in between. But before we go any further, I would like to remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe if you're new. Both things always and forever be greatly appreciated. But for now, I also encourage you as well to get involved in the comment section. I'm sure you have your own thoughts, your comments, opinions, predictions, feelings about how the game went, the achievement done by West Ham tonight, and everything else in between. So do get involved down there because I'm sure your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, will make for great and interesting reading. But without further ado, let's get on with the video. Let's get on with talking about West Ham and the Europa Conference League. First and foremost, what a fantastic night for West Ham. What a fantastic achievement by West Ham and their manager David Moyes. And look, I'm not David Moyes' biggest fan, but I have to admire the guy for seemingly being dead and buried in the world of football. Taking over at Manchester United, having to follow in the footsteps of Sir Alex Ferguson was tough enough. And then, obviously, Man United chewed him up and spit him straight back out. Going abroad to Real Sociedad was always going to be tough, but maybe a culture change might have changed and helped things for him in terms of his career. It didn't. Sunderland, failure. West Ham, meh, goes away again, comes back to West Ham, and the guy has now edged himself into West Ham folklore, West Ham history, and like I said before, West Ham's legendary status. He is the manager who has brought European success to West Ham United. An incredible achievement overall. And when you look at the game, it wasn't a great game by any stretch of the imagination. It wasn't a footballing masterclass by any means. But in these types of finals, well, in any kind of final, it's about the result that matters. And obviously West Ham won't care that it was maybe a poorer quality final than most. West Ham won't care that they weren't at their best. West Ham won't care that their players didn't have all standout performances. They will only care about the result. They will only care about seeing their players lift that Europa Conference League trophy. And of course, Declan Rice with the armband, maybe playing his final game for West Ham. Obviously, with heavy speculation surrounding his future and maybe going to Arsenal, lifted that trophy. What a way that would be if he is to say goodbye. What a send-off that would be for both him and obviously for him to give to the fans if he does go on the move this summer. Fantastic achievement by all. David Moyes, Declan Rice, the West Ham team in general, a brilliant performance across this competition. And if we can just talk about this competition for a moment, look, I've had my thoughts on this competition, and we all know why it was created, and it was money purposes by UEFA. But I did say at the time that although many people are still going to see this as a third-tier competition, and the kind of snobbish behaviour of the kind of big clubs from around Europe will not see this as a priority, this would obviously create moments. I remember saying this would create moments like this for teams that aren't really going to be getting into the Champions League on either a consistent basis or maybe at all. And West Ham tonight proved that. West Ham tonight created an incredible and phenomenal moment in football history that will go down forever in football. Winning this competition. Obviously, last year we saw Roma do it, and Jose Mourinho, and what a first winner to have in obviously a infamous and historic manager in Jose Mourinho, a historic and infamous team in Roma, and now you've got the English team, West Ham, who are again they don't have too many nights like this, so enjoy it while obviously it is here and it is still fresh and ingrained in the memory. They don't have too many nights like this. They haven't won a lot of silverware, if any, for a number of years. This is an incredible achievement by them. And like I say, the big clubs of the league may look down on this competition. They may turn their nose up at it. They may kind of disrespect it a little bit. But this has got soul in this competition. This is what you look for in football. These kinds of moments, these kinds of teams that don't have their moments regularly, getting these moments sporadically. West Ham don't get these moments. They don't get to see themselves winning trophies year in, year out. They don't get that. That's what this competition creates. It creates soulful, beautiful moments. And what you saw with obviously David Moyes, his family, how much it means to him, how much it meant to Declan Rice, how much it meant to those West Ham players, the West Ham fans that were in the crowd. Obviously, there was a bit of crowd trouble, and that's horrible and completely wrong on all levels. But the ones, obviously, that were there and kept their noses clean. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful moments. Beautiful moments that were obviously created from this competition. And it was incredible to watch, and it's what makes it incredible to watch. And obviously, the more that this competition goes on, I would assume that this is going to create more moments like that. Like I say, I myself have been a little bit disrespectful in the past. I myself have said that I don't want to see my club in the Europa Conference League because at the end of the day, our priority should be obtaining that top tier level. And the top tier level, in my opinion, is the Champions League. But that isn't to say that it should be disrespected. I was maybe wrong in some of the comments that I said, and maybe I was a bit harsh in some of the comments that I said. But that isn't to say that this competition shouldn't be disrespected, because I did say overall, this competition will create moments and will be the competition that helps teams that don't get these glory moments that often, give them a chance to go get their moment, to have their day, to have their night, to have them in the spotlight for a change. And that is beautiful. And that's what's happened these past couple of years. We saw that with Roma. We've now seen it with West Ham this season. And they're rightful winners as well. Been brilliant throughout the entire competition. Played a style of football which has been counter-attacking. Not bothered about having the ball. And that's what you saw a little bit more of tonight. Again, not interested in having the ball. Just more interested in what they do with the ball when they have it. And how much they can quickly and decisively hurt the opposition. And like I say, it wasn't the best quality game of football you're ever going to watch, but at the same time, like I say, it was beautifully written how it was. You had the home crowd boy, you had the fan favourite, shall we say, in Jared Bowen, a proper fan favourite, shall we say, before kickoff, score the winning goal in the dying embers of the game. I personally think a last minute winner in a final is a beautiful and incredible way to win a final. You can go down the route of maybe getting the job done within the opening 10 minutes, and or you can go down the route of just absolutely destroying your opponent very, very quickly, or even kind of beating them into submission the later the game goes on. But for the kind of sort of back and forth a little bit encounter that you had, West Ham going a goal up, equalising, and then obviously or whichever way I can't remember. And then obviously you had the last minute goal by Jared Bowen. Incredible. Like, there's no other word for it. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely unbelievable. There's nothing that beats a last-minute winner, in my opinion. And especially in a final, it makes it even sweeter. And you saw what it meant to every single one of everybody that was associated with West Ham in that crowd. And I'm sure you'll see it all around England as well, all around London. And every West Ham fan you can probably find... it means a lot to them. And rightfully so. David Moyes has been brilliant since obviously returning to West Ham. Couple of 7th place finishes. He's really, really took them further than what anybody had expected, whether it be in the league or whether it be in this competition. Obviously, they gave a good account of themselves in the Europa League as well last season. It wasn't to be then, but of course, it was to be this time around. He has done excellent with them, and you know, there'll be some question marks still over whether or not he's still the right man to take him forward. And many people might think he's maybe reached his peak right now. And maybe that's another question for another day, because obviously enjoy this moment. Enjoy the silverware. Enjoy the moment for what it is, because they won't come along too often, especially unfortunately for West Ham. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. Fortunately for them. Unfortunately, like I say, it may not be a case of these moments coming along too often, but when they do, grasp them with both hands, never let them go, and celebrate and love every single minute of doing this. And like I say, it makes for beautiful and soulful moments, and that's obviously what we saw tonight when obviously the final whistle went. The crowd erupted, the players erupted, the managers and the coaching staff and everybody associated with West Ham Football Club, from fan level to player to everybody else associated with the club, just absolutely let their emotions just out there for all to see. And like I say, brilliant and incredible moment. Commiserations Fiorentina. Obviously, for every winner there's a loser. But yeah, this was West Ham's night. This was West Ham's night. A fantastic achievement by all. It'll be interesting to see what the future holds. Obviously, this result now means that West Ham will be in the Europa League next season, of course. Winning this competition is another gateway into that competition. So they'll be in Europa League football for next season. Again, an achievement on top of a trophy that, of course, David Moyes can be happy about. Again, taking them even further than what a lot of people would imagine. No one would have expected him to get them into European football when he came back. And now, not only has he been in European football for, I think it's like the past 3 seasons, give or take, he's also won them a trophy now. He's written himself, this West Ham team, into footballing history, into West Ham's history, and they've achieved legendary status, in my opinion, within that club. A fantastic achievement by West Ham. Congratulations once again to the Hammers. A phenomenal achievement made on this very night. And like I say, I for one am I'm happy for them. I was hoping that they would pull through in this kind of competition. And like I say, once again, I might not be David Moyes' biggest fan, but at the same time, for a guy who's been kicked while he's down, been chewed up and spat out, to go again and again and again, it's something beautiful in that. There's something beautiful in that he's reaping the rewards right now, and rightfully so. And fair play to him. I can't begrudge that. Fair play to him, even if he is obviously an ex-Evertonian. But no, again, this is West Ham's night. This is all about West Ham, all about David Moyes, Declan Rice, and everybody else involved in that team, that squad, the hierarchy, the coaching staff, and of course, the fans of that club. Fantastic, phenomenal achievement. Congratulations once again. But of course, as I always say, these are just the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, of this guy. I want to know what you guys think. What do you make of West Ham's phenomenal achievement tonight, winning the Europa Conference League in pretty dramatic style, I guess you'd say. What are your own thoughts, your comments, opinions, predictions, feelings on the Europa Conference League itself, and of course West Ham's triumph? I'd love to know them all down below in the comment section, because I'm sure they'll make for interesting reading. Otherwise, hit that like button on the way. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new or want to see more content like this. Both things always and probably greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you all so much for watching and listening. I've been Fletch. This has been another Fletch Talks video. And I will speak to you all again soon in another video.